Welcome back to another informative and exciting episode of POTCAST where we cover everything cannabis and hemp. If you haven't subscribed yet to our channel, please do so, as this will help us sustain our channel. And remember to cannabis responsibly at all times. Welcome to another episode of POTCAST. I'm sitting here with my elder. How are you, my elder? Introduce yourself to the people.
Greetings, Lina Gay, Stephen Thapelo from Marijuana Board of South Africa. I'm the secretary there. Thanks.
My elder, you rallied the cannabis Kopofaka. Hey, Vanna. What you did today was awesome.
Oh, yes.
It was beautiful seeing the community coming together like that, you know, and obviously Marijuana Board played a very big role in that part. Can you explain what it meant to you seeing the cannabis industry coming together as they did today?
First is to thank the organizers of the event today. Very beautifully organized, high discipline, high moral, that's what we saw. And thanks most importantly to all who supported, those who worked behind the scenes, who made sure that all stakeholders are called so that we could, as a community of interest, visit Union Building, the office of the President, and give them the memorandum. So yes, indeed, we were able to deliver the memorandum, black and white together, Indian and Chinese, you know, all races of South Africa gathered together, because we did tell South Africa on our previous endeavor to say they are long overdue. The parliament is delinquent in the matter of cannabis, so they will see now a lot of uprising, and some of the uprising are not going to be pleasant. I mean, we have seen the school kids smoking cannabis, having a cannabis day in their school, and we have seen the ministers running amok, but they failed to address the issue of the cannabis community. And there we have seen somewhere some news in Limpopo that the students were marching to free their Sneyman. Yes, it is your children, it's the children of you people who oppress ganja. Your children are now rebelling against you, and it's going to be bad because you're not going to control it. Unless otherwise, they take a stand to come together and industrialize the cannabis industry, because we have to move from decriminalization to legalization. Because Peter Tosh was not mad when he said legalize the ganja hemp, and when he legalized it, Rastaman for sure is there to advertise. And today, yes, we were advertising.
Yes, my elder. And can you explain, because I know that the ganja plant is very spiritual to the Rasta community. Can you explain what the tie-ins between the Rastas and the ganja plant is before we tap into what Marijuana Board is, my elder?
Ganja, marijuana, mutekwane, mbanje, inzamo. Digata. But to us, to us is the food of the short ones. To us, ke mutekwana. So sesikadira mutu ya nakwana. Most people hate kwana, to submit, you see.
Yes.
Kwana lehawe bolaya is still calm. So mote kwana, udura moto kwana. So hona go sa rati ore motho a ka nna kwana, because moto was at a state that they wanted him to be at a state of chaos, self-destruction. So man-made drugs took over. We saw the rising of the tobacco industry, the liquor industry over this cannabis, which was there in the past. So it is all about that. For us to Rasta, cannabis is the whole herb. Yeah, Bob Marley says, smoke it until you cough or choke. So when we choke, it's a symbol that we are really accepting that this ganja is good and good for us. So not only, when we said good, people thought it's for smoking only. But cannabis is an industrial plant. Cannabis produces biodiesel. Yesterday I was having biodiesel, the exhibition. Cannabis can produce clothes. Cannabis plays this step many industries. So that's why people will find that they are disturbed in the cannabis industry. And those who are new, there's a huge disturbance because we don't disturb one industry. We disturb the tire industry. Just the tire, Dunlop, we disturb. You see, you go to Canvas, you know, the art world, galleries are filled of cannabis. You go to your taps, you open your shower. The shower there, it has hemp, cannabis. So the world is filled with cannabis and now they can no longer deny it. So what I'm requesting for governments is just give people a chance to deal. There cannot be any commodity in the world that is good, is better than cigarette and alcohol and is not sold. It's madness. So I was saying, let's teach people to deal.
Deal?
Yeah, me.
To deal how, my elder?
To deal with ganja.
Oh, to work with ganja.
No. That's the problem. You see, the reason why the Hayes case is a mess like this is that they are trying to move away from dealing. Hayes Club, let's face it, we are dealing.
Dealing is two things,
Everyone must sell a product, create a product, plant for his friend, for his neighbor. That's what we mean. That's what I'm saying. The current judgment of the Hayes Club is a very stupid judgment, like many other government judgments that we are seeing, because the courts are captured. I mean, this is a pure malice, madness that comes from Ronald Lamola's ministry. It's disgusting. What is disgusting is that how do you continue to arrest the people when you yourself, as parliament, you have not created laws for them? The Constitutional Court said we give you 2 years. After 2 years, the reading in must come in. What does the reading in say? It says to that stupid court that decided to rule over the Hayes Club to say, as a small court, you cannot overrule what the Constitutional Court said. So it's stupidity. Now, the appeal will prove beyond reasonable doubt that there is a huge madness in the country. So I'm encouraging everyone to say, watch the appeal. Let's spend our money to log on in all the sites. Watch the appeal. Because you're going to see more madness than the sense of madness. Okay,
yes,
what are you saying?
Now tell us what marijuana board is, my elder. What is the marijuana board?
Yeah, Marijuana Board of South Africa formed in 2016, registered in 2016 as a resolution of MAFOSA, Marijuana Advocacy Forum of South Africa, by fire, by force. We were back then telling people that by fire, by force, cannabis will be free. You arrest us, we filled the jails deliberately. So after we were tired of filling in jails, we said, okay, let us stop filling in jails. Let us go now and fill up the Johannesburg Stock Exchange. So how do you fill up the Johannesburg Stock Exchange? Now you form a board. You institutionalize this thing to say anyone who is dealing with cannabis, whether as a Hayes Club or Who's Club or any other club, or whether in construction or in medicine or cosmetics or in food, we don't care. As long as you deal with a commodity called cannabis, you must be, of course, a member of Marijuana Board of South Africa, one board, one country.
And how do you become a member, my elder?
Obvious, to join Marijuana Board is only 125 rand per individual, 1,500 for companies. And
is this once off or per month or?
This is a once off lifetime membership that you get with the board.
And what is within the board, my elder?
Well, of course, it's what you have seen today. What did you see today?
Unity.
What did you see today? We were created to bring harmony and synergy in the industry of cannabis, to listen to everyone. That's why we're the only one who never said everyone is wrong. Anyone who did a ganja deal, we said good. Even those discount and clicks, we said you are doing good, but the only part is that you are leaving the communities behind. So anyone who is dealing, we are clapping finger for them, but we are saying Don't monopolize this thing. It's not your thing. You find it here. It's our thing.
Yes, my elder. And what exactly, like you pay 150, right?
Yes,
for
yes,
a person who's watching right now.
Yeah.
What will that 150 bring them? Besides the unity and the like, what entails that 150?
Yes. You remember, it's an issue of compliance.
Yes, ma'am.
If really you want to deal with this commodity, you must be a member of a body that regulates or self-regulate, right?
Yes,
So the judgment said to us, go and look into the liquor and the tobacco industry. So immediately after that, because when the judgment was made in 2018, marijuana pot was 2 years old.
Oh.
So when the judge said you can deal in other ways, he was actually telling people that you go deal with people like marijuana board. But people did not know. Because in as much as not everyone slept there at the Constitutional Court, it was myself, Ras Thapelo, and other generals who were deployed to be there to pray the whole night because tomorrow there was victory. Why? Because many things have been happening. This thing of winning did not start that day. Garrett Prince cases of old. You get what I mean? So these are the issues that we are trying to conscientize the people as the Rasta people to say, we are a sign of ganja. Even if I don't smoke ganja, people will still say, ganja man. You see, so we fought and pursued government heavily and pushed. So after we pushed, we realized now we need an institution. And the institution was the board. And when they said we must refer to the liquor board, we went to the liquor board of Gauteng, which is the biggest liquor board, and discussed this issue to say, even someone who makes liquor in cannabis must come and report to the board that, hey, and by then it was good because we were having the Devon poison around in the country, which was a local brand. So these are things that we are saying are tangible and South Africans are doing. And South Africa must allow those creatives to be creative, to do what they do best. So the benefits of marijuana board, of course, if I start to talk about them, they are numerous. It's like you're boosting. So we are not here to boost my leaders, but we are saying we are here to run an industry. And to run an industry, you need a board. Underneath the board, you need the National Industry Association. That's why we adopted officially the CDCSA since inception. That's why I'm a member of the CDCSA in Gauteng, because this is all about industrialization. And then now you ask, what did this institution done? We have done a lot. I mean, people have permits. There are people who got permits even without paying. Because we, as the industry, we have power to show them that, don't worry, we have a muscle. Yeah, we do things that people think are impossible. So today we are happy, people have permits, some have licenses, and we know all their challenges, and now we are now moving to the second layer of our problem. Yes. Now that people have permits and they have licenses, how do we therefore make sure that we buy all their stock? First, as South Africans, we consume our own homegrowns, right? And then the remaining, that one, when we are tired, we said, it's long time we smoke, we eat, we do what, then we can take it to Europe.
Again.
Which means we are saying the model that SAPRA is doing, that we must have an off-take agreement and a foreign off-take agreement, that's not the way to go.
The
It's mad.
GMP, as they call it.
Exactly, it's wrong. The model must be, do you have clients? Yes, I have 10 clients, so I need 250 kg of ganja to feed my 10 clients. So get 250 kg of ganja there.
Okay, and my elder, obviously, the match was also about today, the Khoisan King SA.
Yes.
What is the ties between Khoisan King SA and Marijuana Board? Because you guys are advocates for this king of ours.
Hey, yeah, you see, yeah, Khoi King SA is a liberator of the Khoi people, but not only the Khoi people, but the Aborigines globally. Not everyone could spend the more than 300 days times 3, which is 3 years, asking the president to say, 1, bring back our Aboriginal land, 2, don't call us colours, 3, call us Khoisans.
And the language.
And respect our language. When we went to court now, there was no translator of Khoi and San because the elder asked for that translation. And this stupidity that comes from News 24 must end is an embarrassment. News 24 is an embarrassment on the community because you cannot publish such a story to say the King Khoi did not appear in court while I was with him. It's madness to do this desktop research or desktop journalism. Let me pause there. I was saying...
And we have to go, man.
Yes,
we have to go.
I was saying on a serious note,
yes,
not only King Khoi is a mentor, but he's an influencer and one of those people who have been appointed to be the directors of the marijuana board, because the first 2 directors, Thabo Magwela and Kongo Sihle, have agreed in principle to say it is time to nationalize the board. And how are we going to do it? We are going to give the shares to the communities of interest, and these communities of interest includes the Khoi people as the first people, which will represent the kings.
Yes.
And the other share will go to the traditional healers. And lastly, the other share is going to the Rastafari society. So in the Khoi people, the elder has been seen as one of the face and the greater force. That's why when we see him, yes, as our director, because he's here to direct this country, to say where are we going forward, because obviously this democratic dispensation is failed. So a new governance is coming to those who don't know, and it will be funded by the cannabis industry, because that's how things change. You will be asked, how will you fund your government? And then you will tell them, money was created out of cannabis, so I'm going to make more money for the people. Salute.
Salute, my elder. And on that note, we have to now sign off. We do not have time, my elder. But I thank you so much for coming and representing the Marijuana Board and Khoisan King SA as well. And on that note, please do remember to cannabis responsibly at all times. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe, like, and share buttons below. We would also appreciate your comments. And remember to cannabis responsibly at all times.